by none other than the Honorable Marcia L. Fudge. You need to know that, she was so humble when she just came up here. But I was 2 years young in this dynamic sisterhood called Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Cheryl Parker right there, y'all.
With that in mind that I say Happy New Year to you, the great city of Philadelphia. To our Council President Johnson, newly elected Council President Johnson. It sounds good when we say it. Say Council President Johnson. This is going to work out well, Mr. President. We know how to do this thing called call and response, so we're going to be able to get a whole lot done together as partners. Give our Council President a huge round of applause. To him and to all our members of City Council, the leadership, and all of the members who were elected, to our faith leaders who are present, all of our row officers, thank you so very much for being here, and congratulations to each of you. I also want to say to our former mayors, 99 who came before me, and with a solemn promise that if we work together, Council President Johnson, members of this body, along with each and every one of you, we would make Philadelphia the safest, cleanest, greenest big city in the nation with economic opportunity for all. I delivered that vision to you, members of this audience, residents in our great city of Philadelphia. You have responded in the affirmative, and for that I want you to know I'm grateful. I know it's a tall order, but we don't want people. They will, it's a thing. They will begin to remind us that yes, it's true, a quarter of our citizens are living in poverty, that despite the progress in lowering the number of homicides, we still have far too many senseless shootings, too much gun violence, and too many illegal guns on the streets of Philadelphia. We know that our neighborhoods, they too have been struggling under lots of blight, illegal trash dumping, and nuisances that in essence degrade the quality of life and enjoyment of our blocks and of our communities at large. What I mentioned to each of you today is that we are going to be laser focused on developing and implementing solutions to address our challenges, and we're going to solve them for the people of our city. Because guess what you deserve to see? And this is going to sound like a novel idea. You deserve to see your tax dollars at work in your neighborhoods in a way that you can all see, touch, and feel. You deserve policies that come from the ground up, with the community involved at every step of the way. Gone are the days where we spend our time and energy focused on people, places, and things that encourage us to wallow in our woes. Hear me, we will not feed into that. Next, we want to talk about economic opportunity. People have often asked me, how and why do you think you're standing today? I'm standing because my education and my village and my training helped to put me on the path to self-sufficiency. We want all people on the path to self-sufficiency here in the city of Philadelphia, but they can't do that without access to an economic opportunity, a career, learning new skills so that they can earn a living wage, have health care, earn retirement security and take care of their families. And I want each and every one of you who are here today to know that we can't do that without the business community. I've been so frustrated over the past few years. There have at times when I've seen this us versus them attitude as it relates to business, as if Philadelphia doesn't need businesses open here in our city. When you take a look at our revenue that we generate to pay bills here in the city of Philadelphia, and you realize what a significant contribution wage, business privilege, and net profits tax bring here in the city of Philadelphia, you know we need to do what I'm about to state for the record. We're going to, within our first 100 days, we're going to announce our PHL Open for Business initiative that is going to do, and I hope you get this, exactly what the council president noted in his remarks. We're going to reduce the red tape that it takes in how it makes it harder to do business here in our city by requiring every department to submit to my office a list of the unnecessary permits and regulations that we can eliminate so that we can make it easier for you to do business here in the city of Philadelphia. We're going to prepare a strategy for school building modernization and work closely with the school district on its own plan for school facilities. Listen, you heard me say I'm a teacher. Our children have the same right to come to school and receive a 21st century education in a clean, modern school building with state-of-the-art facilities and equipment as does any other child anywhere in this Commonwealth. And I don't care if they go to a traditional public, a charter, or a parochial school. While we know what our obligation is to traditional public schools, it won't be a us versus them. We're going to be focused on building quality seats, and we're going to be focused on listening to the people who are doing the work on a daily basis, who are in our classrooms, our teachers, our administrators, the people on the ground up, so that they can provide us with guidance and instruction on what we need to give them in the classroom so that we can be successful. Why? The only way we're going to be able to keep our schools open from 7:30 in the morning to 6 p.m. at night year round. I want you to imagine, the academic enrichment programs and the job programs, workforce development, again, the building trades. If we're building new schools, training our children to build those schools. If we're building new housing, affordable units or market rate. How about training our young people to be prepared for those opportunities? We have exceptional. And I don't want you to judge me solely by what I'm about to say, but I need your help one more time. I pronounce that I'm not Superwoman. I can't do this alone. We need each and every one of you to be engaged. When you get a call from your city government asking you to serve on a committee or on a board, especially when it comes time for us to get into neighborhoods. And we talk about, having our faith-based roundtables, conduct informational meetings about educational and employment opportunities with the city of Philadelphia.
Coincidence. The next novel. 6.5 hours later.
Yes, in the past few minutes, we've just seen a sanitation truck arrive here. This is one of those locations. We're by 50th and Locust, one of those collection sites. And as you can see, a ton of trash has been piling up on the streets. We've been speaking with some folks who say, yes, one of these bins, they may have some space, but a lot of the trash is just really spilling over on these streets where typically a lot of people will be walking, maybe parking their cars nearby. And this is right by several homes as well as a church right across the street. One bag at a time, this man disposes of his trash anywhere he can find space. He joins several others using this West Philadelphia collection site right by Christelle Coleman's home.
This is now an ADA hazard because no one can pass on the sidewalk. The trash is in the street. It's unsanitary.
Coleman says this is a neighborhood with many senior citizens and children, telling NBC 10 this is unacceptable.
How could a few residents have this much trash? This dumpster was filled within 1 hour. So yes, who's being allowed to use this? Who's monitoring it? And it seems unfair to the neighbors.
The collection site is one of many in the city being used this week. The 50th and Locust site is right across the street from the Monumental Baptist Church.
I'm hoping this is resolved before Sunday because this is going to be a mess. The smell,
Tyleek Johnson says he hopes it's resolved before the weekend. He did not want to comment on the ongoing dispute between the city and District Council 33's contract negotiations, but Johnson says he had to bring bags to the site to help his family members unable to do it themselves.
Can't have this trash, 4th of July weekend coming up. We want to cook out and things like that. Can't have backed up trash. Smells. It's just a disgusting look.
The last time the union went on strike was in 1986. Fern Klein, a longtime Philadelphia resident, says the work is hard and thinks the trash pileup is worse this time around.
We are at July 4th. Our city should be beautiful. It's Philadelphia now. That's how I feel.
She is not alone.
The stench is overwhelming.
Now back here live on the scene, city leaders are urging residents to be patient with the trash pickup services. They say that the non-union workers, they are dealing with traffic as well as parking limitations. For now, we are live in West Philadelphia. Lily Zhang, NBC 10 News.
Hey, and another big hole in the road. And in South Philly, this one, that hole filled with trash. People in the community have tried to get it filled, but no luck. That hole's still there with all kinds of, we can call it treasure in there, Hank, and you went for a little treasure hunt today.
Well, I did. Hey, Jason, it's a metaphor for all the potholes in the city. Know that coming off. And it's not that this one is so wide or huge. It's that it's deep. So deep you can't see the bottom and you don't know how far that cavern goes under traffic here for Jackson Street. The other important thing is it's been like this for a while.
Been here a couple months now.
Has it?
Yeah, since winter.
This pothole at Isaminger and Jackson's part of the neighborhood now. People use it as an informal garbage can. Why not? It fills up the hole.
Yeah, every day it fills up a little bit more. It used to be completely open, like 3 feet deep.
And then they just put a cone in there to fix it, and now there's just trash in there to fix it, so...
Filling potholes with garbage is no solution, otherwise the problem would be solved. But I'm your Huckleberry. I got out the old gloves and started digging. Regretted it almost immediately. See, this is how bad it is that somebody put a cone in here to warn everybody there's a pothole here, and everybody ran over the cone until the cone died and got covered up with garbage. With the cone back in order, I contacted Philly Streets, who emailed me that the hole is a cave-in and that Philly Water had to make repairs to under-street infrastructure. Meanwhile, people walk past. Dawn says it's easy to miss and wreck yourself.
You couldn't see it, but now it's bigger, and people are actually just falling in the home, and anyone's got to come get them and take them to the hospital. They're hurting their ankles, their knees.
What hurts more is what Philly Water told us, which is that they wrapped operations here back on January 28th, according to a spokesman who added that they didn't have to tear up any streets or do any heavy work, and that they notified streets when they were done. Now, Jason Sheba, I just spoke with Philly Streets Chief Engineer Steve Lawrence just a few minutes ago, and yes, he acknowledged that Water had gotten the job done back on January 28th, but what he says is that when Streets has to work with another department like Water, there are thousands of job orders in this city for potholes just as these. The order goes back into a queue, and it takes time to get back around. You have to make sure you've got the resources. Bottom line takeaway, guys, is that he says his crew will be out here to inspect once again and fill this pothole this week, guys, and we are live in South Philadelphia.
Philadelphia are preparing for a potential strike if an agreement is not reached for a new contract. The strike comes as students prepare to head back to the classroom in a few weeks. NBC 10's Yukari Nakayama joins us live with the details. Yukari?
Yeah, well, Tracy, we're here outside of the National Association of Letter Carriers building where earlier today a group of members from the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers got together to make picket signs in case of a strike if they don't come with an agreement with the school district and the union at the end of August. Now, right now, their one-year extended contract with a 5% raise ends a week before school starts. The strike could impact the start of the school year, and that's exactly what the union wants to avoid, but says it's at the hands of the district district, who they claim haven't showed urgency. The federation represents 1,400 employees in the school district of Philadelphia. They're asking for a competitive salary to, one, compensate teachers for their work on getting test scores and graduation rates up, and two, to increase retention rates. They're also asking for paid parental leave, stronger language on termination pay, and extra prep days. We heard from the president of the federation today.
Wages are, I will say, the most important issue. But I want the public to be aware that we are also pushing for issues that will help our members deliver educational services even better than they do now, which, as far as I'm concerned, is really off the charts.
Now, the school district of Philadelphia says while they cannot comment on the details of the negotiations, they say, quote, the school district of Philadelphia highly values its teachers and support staff. The important work of our Philadelphia Federation of Teachers members benefits the entire city. Now, the Federation says they at least want a tentative agreement before school starts. They will resume negotiations tomorrow. Here in Northeast Philadelphia, Yukari Nakayama, NBC 10 News.
Looming teacher troubles. The Philadelphia Teachers Union is preparing for a strike as contract negotiations with the school district go on.
All this comes as the new school year, of course, just 2 weeks away now. What could make the situation worse, those coming SEPTA service cuts, with so many students relying on buses to get to school. Action News reporter Toronto Thomas live in Torresdale this afternoon, where teachers spent the afternoon making picket signs and talking about what could come next. Toronto.
Well, Brian and Sarah, as that first day of school draws closer, so does the potential for a teacher strike. The school district of Philadelphia has less than 3 weeks left to negotiate a deal with the union representing 14,000 workers. Today, some of them gathered here to prepare for the possibility of a strike. Paper and markers in hand, this poster-making event has all the signs of a strike. Members of the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers, or PFT, preparing for a possible picket. In June, they voted to authorize a strike as the union continues negotiations with the school district of Philadelphia.
Negotiations are proceeding very slowly. We are not close to a settlement, and we will see how things progress.
The PFT president speaking today, not at a rally for teachers, but at a rally for transportation, as supporters of SEPTA push for legislative funding. If they don't get it, routes would be cut by 45%, including some that go to school.
Stop letting these Dixie crats play in your face, ladies and gentlemen. That's all they doing. They playing in your face. Any ran Democratic town, this is what's going on. All types of cuts. That shit ain't right. You know what I mean? They playing in y'all face. They got y'all out there capping for shit. Y'all don't get nothing in return. The kids suffer. The workers suffer. And everybody else line their pockets up. Ladies and gentlemen, when are y'all going to wake up and realize you're in the matrix? And the only way you can get out the matrix, you got to wake up. Stop being part of the go along, get along gang. These them same motherfuckers that was out there throwing Donald Trump under the bus, slandering the man. All on the Donald Trump slander campaign. Now look at him. Shit ain't going right up in Philadelphia. Trash and shit. The motherfucking teachers union, now the motherfucking bus. What's going on in Philadelphia, y'all? What happened to all that money they first got when Cheryl Parker first got elected, goddammit? Y'all ain't holding nobody accountable because all of y'all are part of the go along, get along. And that's what the fuck y'all get for being part of the go along, get along gang. They shitting right in your face. And ain't nothing y'all can do. But make up picket signs and get out there and get your back wound up like a motherfucking robot. If not a puppet with your strings dangling from somebody's hands, goddammit.
On SEPTA, our members do, and more importantly, a lot of the kids do.
PFT's president says it's just one of the challenges of teaching in a big city. The union is also pushing for paid paternal leave, changes to the sick day policy, and pay that's more on par with teachers in the suburbs.
Our teachers at the top of the scale earn on an average about $22,000 less than their counterparts in the suburbs.
While the school district of Philadelphia says it can't comment on the details of negotiation, officials...
They had all summer to do this shit, y'all. Why they always wait to the last minute to do shit, y'all? Pay attention, y'all. It's designed this way, y'all. It's designed this way. Trust me. To keep y'all in the dark. They waiting now to roll out these motherfucking protesters and marches when they could have did this shit way before the motherfucking school year ended. They could have bended this shit, y'all. They was too busy out there slandering Donald Trump that their motherfucking waste caught up with them, right? Their fucking waste caught up with them. They was too busy out there slandering Donald Trump. And look what's going on in Philadelphia. Y'all made history with the first DEI elected black female mayor. They ain't doing shit, god damn it. She was put in that position as a motherfucking puppet. And I told y'all that. And yeah, we going back, getting words from when she was elected. From when y'all niggas was out there he-heeing. We got the first black mayor female in Philadelphia that ain't doing shit. All black council workers ain't doing shit. Philadelphia still suffering. Fuck out of here, man.
Values its teachers and, quote, we look forward to working with the PFT on a proposal that honors the hard work of our staff each day. The teachers' current agreement is set to expire August 31st. That means if there's no deal, a strike could begin just 1 week after the first day of school.
The law requires 48-hour notice. We are prepared to give that notice if we have to and be able to execute a successful strike.
As union members continue to prepare picket signs, they say they hope they don't have to actually use them.
Let me make very clear to the
Teach your
public,
own kids,
a strike is a last resort.
Really?
Now, the next scheduled meeting between the School District of Philadelphia and the Philadelphia Federal.
I suggest all y'all teach our own kids, because these motherfuckers ain't teaching them nothing in these schools, y'all. They ain't teaching them a goddamn thing. And that's a fact.
Of teachers is tomorrow. We're live in the city's Torresdale section. Taronda Thomas, Channel 6 Action News.
As the clock ticks toward major SEPTA cuts, state lawmakers hold a rare Sunday session. Good evening, I'm Aziza Schuler. Members of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives are in Harrisburg tonight debating the latest version of the mass transit funding bill that could save the day for SEPTA and its riders. Alicia Roberts has more now from SEPTA headquarters, where the governor made an appearance today to push for a resolution.
We are past the point of short-term stopgap measures.
Governor Josh Shapiro at SEPTA headquarters Sunday alongside public transit leaders and riders, urging the Pennsylvania General Assembly to pass long-term funding for mass transit across the Commonwealth.
Funding SEPTA and mass transit is absolutely critical. SEPTA supports 26,600 jobs in our communities. They generate over $4 billion for Pennsylvania's economy.
SEPTA currently faces a $213 million budget shortfall and says it needs state funding by this Thursday to ward off a 20% reduction in service that would begin on August 24th.
For tens of thousands of riders, SEPTA will no longer be a viable option. And many who can afford to drive will do so, adding to the congestion that's on our roadways already. Everyone will feel this.
32 bus routes would be eliminated, while another 16 would have their routes shortened. Dozens of other bus, subway, and trolley lines would have reduced service, and a fare increase looms for September.
Bus is turning.
Talks over funding have been stuck in Harrisburg, even as leaders say they remain hopeful, especially with Philadelphia School District students set to return to class on August 25th.
People need to move around. They need to get their children to school. Folks got to get to the doctor's offices, and SEPTA is the lifeline for so many of us.
I think that the House has addressed many of the issues that the Senate Republicans have articulated in the past. They certainly have taken the excuses away.
Still, for riders, their fears of getting to where they need to go remain top of mind as lawmakers get back to work.
We, the working people, do our job every day. It's time to do your job and put working families over billionaires. Prioritize all of us.
The House is expected to vote on this latest bill tomorrow afternoon. If approved, the Senate would get it for initial consideration on Tuesday afternoon when they are back in session. Alicia Roberts, CBS News, Philadelphia.
That's all, folks.